not made by God. ठीक है? So if you see our existence, you know, our existence, if you map our reality, so our reality can be encompassed in three axes. You know, engineering students, so I'll tell you like that in terms of science. So your reality can be encompassed within three axes: axis of space, axis of time, and axis of energy or matter. But we'll call it energy only. Okay? So these are the three axes in between, and your consciousness, your limited consciousness of what you think this Major Vivek Jacob, let's just say, between these three axes of X, Y, and Z of space, time, and energy, between these three axes in a 3D reality is your consciousness, your sense of self, or your egoic I, which is experiencing reality. Right? So that's how it is. Now, what are these three axes? These three axes, if you look at space itself, you know, हमने space को divide कर रखा है. We said that okay, one you know, it starts from Planck length to, you know, infinity, right? Space is infinite. You just stand outside in your terrace or your, you know, garden, and you look outside into the sky. It's infinite, right? And it's infinite. So we have taken an infinite thing and infinity. उसका कोई वो है ही नहीं. There is no end to it, right? Since it does not have an end, it obviously would not have a beginning. Because for anything to have an end, it has to have a beginning also, right? So space, a limitless, infinite thing, has been taken and divided into 1 centimeter, 10 centimeters, meters, you know, kilometers, you know, and to light years. Okay? So that's how we have taken an infinite thing, which actually is infinity, is indivisible, you know, and you have taken that and created a उसका matrix बना दिया हमने, ठीक है? And now the brain gets tuned to that, so you perceive the world like that in space. Your brain it's your brain through which you perceive the world, your neural network basically, which creates the picture of the world inside your head, right? So an infinite thing which has been taught to you is limited. It can be divided, and ऐसे करके तो वो, it's an illusion. It's not true, right? Similarly, if you see time itself, time is what? It's infinite. है ना? हमने किसी non-existing thing को नाम दे दिया है time. We have created that axis in between which our limited sense of I lives, and we है ना? It's infinite. है ना? Eternal now, eternal future. है क्या? है now only. We are going through a series of now. ठीक है? That's where we all live, in a now. ठीक है? But our construct or our imagination of the world is in terms of past, present, and future. Okay? And that too has been divided into minute detail, into, you know, milliseconds, and, you know, and युगों में बटा हुआ. ठीक है? So again, an infinite thing has been taken and somehow been divided into little parts. But it's infinite. For something to be divided, it has to have a beginning and an end, but time doesn't have a beginning and end. So it is a human construct. We have, for a certain kind of a harmony to happen, we have taken space and time and divided it into these various things, right? And then comes energy, right? Again, if you look at the universe, energy is infinite. It's infinite.
Yeah, it's zero-sum game.
Yeah. So in a zero-sum game is living your ego or your sense of self. So it is a construct. It is a real illusion. So the universe, if you like want to understand the universe and all, think in terms of paradoxes.
Yeah.
Yes. That viewpoint in which nothing and everything can exist simultaneously, you can understand, इस perspective में nothing भी है और everything भी है. That perspective, that third person perspective of seeing everything and nothing, is what gives you freedom from the matrix. You can see it, and then you can choose to dive in and, you know, play on the game of vibration or frequency.
So, are there any suggestions or maybe books, maybe podcasts, maybe any sources जहाँ से कोई अगर जानना चाहे तो इसके बारे में और ज़्यादा जान सकता है, Okay, the topic we just touched is very, very, very huge.
ब्रह्मांड है, यूज तो हो गए. Infinite है, infinite. ठीक है, but it's an infinity which comes from nothing, है ना? So anyway, so I think one subject that one should explore. So both spirituality and science are considered two opposite ends of a matrix, right? Spirituality और science का कहीं meeting नहीं दिखता हमको, right? And spiritual is all about internal this, that, and all that, and science is of the physical reality, right?
Like एक अंदर रहता है कि कुछ तो कनेक्शन है.
कनेक्शन है. कनेक्शन ये है कि वो दोनों चीज एक ही चीज है. ठीक है, बेसिकली ये है, and that's what's been proved now also. People have been saying it for a very long time, holographic universe, this, that, है ना, क्या बोलते हैं, quantum universe, quantum multiverse, है ना, all of these things, ठीक है. And the simplest of experiments, the double slit experiment and all, have shown that when matter is observed, it appears, in particle form. When something is observed, it appears in particle form, and when it is not observed, it's in wave form. That's it. That's what science is saying it. But this is what spirituality is also saying. Basically, if you understand Advaita Vedanta, it is saying the same thing. Quantum state of existence. हमने वो इंग्लिश में वो नाम दे दिया है क्वांटम उसका, ठीक है, और उसको अब जाके साइंस के थ्रू हमने परसीव कर लिया है. But this has been written long time ago, thousands and thousands and thousands, I don't know, millennia ago it has been written, and down to the last detail, but eternalized and crunched into one statement: Aham Brahmasmi. I am the dream. I am the Brahm. I am the illusion. What is this I? That is an illusion. That I is what is generated in this X, Y, and Z axis, which is limited to this little, infinitely small Vivek Jacob. That is an illusion. Okay? So I'll tell you the next step. Okay, na? So when you read, study, study science from the quantum perspective. Okay? Look at your own self. That your actual truth is that you exist. You are just existing in the moment. The next moment, whether you are there or not there, you don't know, right? And then you go into you go into Advaita Vedanta. You will see that's the perspective. Okay? These things will give you perspective. It will help you understand yourself. When you understand yourself, is then when you can play. No. Sun Tzu in The Art of War has also said this. Before you know your enemy, you should know yourself. If you know yourself, then you can do things. If you don't know yourself only, then how will you play the game? Right? You will always have obstacles and you will fall and this and that and this, that. Yeah. And so, yeah, but basic thing is here, meditate. Meditation is simply calming of your thoughts, letting your thoughts be. Removing your sense of self, your sense of identity from your thoughts, where you can sit and see yourself thinking all the things that you think, okay, and not judge them, just see them. So when you meditate slowly, the waves of thoughts settle down, and the difference between you and the universe is your mind. That mind settles down, and you can see the universe as it is. Okay? तो ये है. And बाकी यार, life is about experience, है ना? Always have this faith in, when you know yourself, you know that there is nowhere to go, there is only to be. जो भी होगा अच्छा ही होगा. अगर अभी अच्छा कर रहे हो, अभी अच्छे हो, तो अच्छा ही रहेगा. अच्छा होना या नहीं होना, ये तो आपके हाथ में है ना. So that's where freedom lies within the self. ठीक है? तो understand yourself better. Spend a lot of time, loving yourself. Loving yourself simply means not judging yourself. That's all. That's what it means. कहते हैं ना, unconditional love. When someone falls in love with someone, वो सौखून माफ है, because it's love. You can look beyond, right? So when you love someone, it's unconditional love. Unconditional love is basically the lack of judgment. So similarly, when you look at yourself and you self-assess yourself, है ना, कि यार मैं ऐसा हूँ and ये वैसा हूँ, forgive yourself. ठीक है?